feels like you're really connected to the past, which doesn't happen very often.
Utrecht Psalter is the most wonderful example of a book that everybody used, but the way it's presented is completely unique.
There are quite a number of things that we would still want to know about the Psalter. For instance, for whom it was made.
As a UNESCO institution, you could say. It started out in 1992, related to what happened then in the Balkan War. In Sarajevo, the library was destroyed, burned down. And then and there, people thought, it's not only buildings you should protect as a World Heritage, but also documents. A very famous international example are the trial documents of the Mandela trial in '63 in South Africa, or, even more known, the Anne Frank diary is also in the register.
Utrecht Psalter is a manuscript of the Psalms, the Book of Psalms and some other texts, which was made around the year 830 in the area of Reims. And it is unique in that it has illustrations of all the Psalms and the other texts throughout, done in a way that had never been done like this before. What makes it unique is the very high quality of the work that went into it, starting from the parchment. This is made of the skins of sheep, which had no flaw whatsoever, and it is also written in script that dates back to the time of the Romans, which was used only for exceptionally valuable texts. And of course we have the illustrations throughout.
One of the wonderful things about the Utrecht Psalter is the script it's written in. It's in Capitelis Rustica, which isn't a book script in the 9th century. That's for late antique and antique texts of Virgil. And when I was 17, it was my first introduction, and what really got me interested in the early Middle Ages, in fact the Middle Ages properly, was letter forms and scripts. With the Utrecht Psalter it was a puzzle. It's written in the wrong kind of script for the period in which it's written, and that's one of its excitements. The fascinating thing about the Utrecht Psalter is that it illustrates phrases in the text, not what the whole thing might mean, so that you can actually read the pictures. One of my favourites is the illustration to Psalm 150. It has a wonderful picture of a water organ with pumps and people playing and people pumping, and that's really fun because it illustrates some of the other musical instruments.
It's a written document with drawings, which makes it very special. So I'm convinced that it helps to protect this very small but important document for the history.
I think that the Psalter was made by very bright minds, obviously, if you read the Psalter and you see the drawings and you read the text. And I think that the Psalter is really important for future students to study, so that they get real insight in medieval times.